All right, we're rolling. Hey, Lee.
Hi, Dylan.
Morning.
Hi.
We're back.
Hi, everybody. How are you all doing out there? Hope you're all doing good. We're doing good. Today's election day. I hope you all voted. Yeah, I hope you voted. So, wow, what a weekend. I saw a pretty interesting documentary on Netflix.
Okay.
It's called Manhattan UFO Abduction. I think that's the name of it.
Okay.
It's about this woman that was abducted out of her apartment in a high-rise in Manhattan.
Wow, in Manhattan. That's
and it
crazy.
took her out the window and then up to a mothership, and she floated up to the mothership. But the thing that's really crazy about it is 23 people witnessed it.
Really?
And none of those people knew each other. They were all
Wow.
23 independent witnesses, and one of them was the head of the UN,
Holy shit.
the Secretary General of the UN at the time. And
That's incredible. That's on Netflix?
yeah. And 23 people saw her levitating up in the sky, her body just like levitating up in the sky,
Wow.
like laying on her back with her arms all out. And
What year did this take place? Do you know?
1989.
89. Okay. Wow.
Yeah. And so
Rad.
some of the people are still alive, and they're in the thing, and the UFO researchers,
Yeah.
his wife is still alive, and she hates him because I guess he got obsessed with that woman. But the woman was on all these different shows back in the day on Oprah and everything.
Oh, really? Okay.
About this. And then everybody just made fun of her. Every time they went on the shows,
Yeah.
everybody would just laugh at them and make a joke out of them. And they went on all these different shows, and the people just ridiculed them.
Holy shit.
And there's other people in the show, too, that have been abducted. Anyway, it's a very interesting thing. But 23 people saw it.
Wow. That's pretty remarkable. That's
And the
big
UFO
number.
researcher guy, he's dead now, but his ex-wife's devoted to discrediting everything he did because I don't know what's wrong with her. You can tell by the look on her face she's really twisted. But it was a really interesting documentary.
Wow. I got to check that out.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
A Manhattan UFO alien abduction or something like that. Go on Netflix and see it, everybody. Let us know what you think. I want to know what you think. If you think that, yeah, I think she's telling the truth because 23 people saw it. 23 separate people that weren't related at all to each other. They weren't standing next to each other.
Right.
They were in Manhattan all over the place.
Yeah, that's definitely significant.
And they saw it.
Having that many eyewitnesses. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty significant.
And that was pretty cool.
How long were each of those episodes?
About 30 minutes.
30 minutes apiece.
25, 30
Yeah.
minutes.
Gotcha.
35 minutes.
Cool. Wow.
There's
Right on.
3 episodes. I watched them. I watched it last night, and I fell asleep naturally because I was high and it was nighttime. So I got up this morning at 6 o'clock, and I watched the whole thing from start to finish because I slept through some of the segments last night.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see it again. So I watched it today, really scrutinized it, and it's really interesting.
Wow. That's pretty
I can
cool.
see why it's a Netflix special.
Yeah.
Anyway, I hope you all like it. It's really cool. It's kind of, yeah, it's really interesting. And you know what they did? A lot of these people that have been abducted,
Yeah.
they all talk about having, and they're not related to each other, these people,
Yeah.
but they talk about they put a probe up their right nostril,
Oh, wow.
and they implant an object in their brain, like, and they go and they could say they could actually hear the bone breaking where they inserted this thing, and then they X-rayed the person and they saw the thing in the X-ray.
Oh, wow. Holy shit.
And so a lot of these people that have been abducted do this, and then they talk, but they don't know that there's a thing in there, but they all have nosebleeds on the right.
Yeah, I see.
And this family, this woman that was abducted, that the show's about, her son had something happen to him, and he got the same thing with his nose.
Wow.
And
So
they
he was
talk-
abducted as well, you think?
Yeah,
Wow. Holy shit.
but not at the same time.
Yeah. Different
So
instances.
anyway, it's a really worthwhile documentary, and I was really
Cool.
thrilled by it. I was going, whoa, shit,
Nice.
it's some heavy stuff.
I got to check that out.
And then I thought of something else yesterday.
Yeah.
I thought, what's the biggest problem of humanity in the whole world? What's the number one problem of humanity? And I think the number one problem of humanity is we try to kill each other. No matter how much progressive we get, no matter how much technology we have, no matter how cool and how much stuff and how much enlightened we can get and everything, all we can figure out to do is kill each other. And we don't, and there's no end to it. And then I started thinking, what if the planet's like a cage? The whole planet's like a cage, and we're in a cage, and the cage is our planet.
A prison planet.
The whole universe is out there, but we're in a cage. And so we're all caged animals. That's what I'm trying to say. And maybe that's why we can't stop killing. Is because we're all caged animals.
Interesting. You could write a song about that.
Yeah, like we're all caged animals. We can't stop killing. Yeah. Anyway, so I was thinking that. I was thinking maybe the planet's a cage and we're all caged animals, and that's why we're so fucking unhooked. We talk about all the things, about political parties and this and that, and everybody's out. But at the end of the day, it comes down to the people killing each other. And for eons, for throughout history, all people have done is kill each other. The only consistent thing is us killing each other. And so I started thinking, maybe that's the real problem with humanity, is that we can't stop killing each other. That dark side of humanity that we...
Right.
Yeah. And so we're all like caged animals. I don't know what it is, what makes people do. We can do everything. We go to the moon, we go to Mars, we develop all the technology, we get so progressive.
Right.
We get so progressive, but we can never stop killing each other. In fact, half of our technology is devoted towards developing weapons to kill each other.
Yeah, true.
What is that part of us that makes us want to do that? It's not political, so I can talk about it.
Right.
Yeah, it's like beyond political. Because politics doesn't matter, because it's all the same. It doesn't matter what your politics are, you're killing.
Right.
You could be left, you could be right, you could be Chinese communist, you could be Russian, you could be American, you could be Venezuelan, you could be wherever you are. The sort of bottom line is, wherever you are, all humans do is kill each other. Like that's the only thing that's really consistent,
I think the solution is everyone should just take a tab of acid. That would fix
take
a lot
a tab of acid. Psychedelics. Well, there might be some truth to that.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was my thing this weekend. I was thinking about that the earth is a cage and we're all caged animals. I'm really perplexed by that we can't get past that. You would think at this point in time and in history,
right,
we would have figured out the killing thing. But instead, every year, millions of people are being killed by other people. And I think, wow, that's so weird,
Yeah, the Middle East is a huge problem.
Not just the Middle East, everywhere. That's the point. It's not one area. Even in this country, look at everybody's just killing each other all over the place.
Yeah, even in this city.
Yeah, people are shooting schools. It's just like we kill for all occasions. Like there's no occasion that we won't kill for.
Right.
And it just seems like, wow, what is going on? That we can only find that in our hearts to kill our fellow people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know I don't feel like killing anybody. You don't feel like killing anybody.
No.
But we still know that their killing is going on all over the place.
Right.
And it's going on. Some places they do it in the name of country. Some places they do it in the name of their neighborhood. Some places they do it in the name of their gang or their cartel. But when you scrape all that away of what it's in the name of, it's still the same. People are killing each other. That's the dark side of humanity. Just kill, kill, kill. All we do is kill each other. I'm sorry, everybody. I don't mean to be bumming you out today.
It's the most downer podcast ever.
Welcome to the Downer Podcast. We're going to talk about human suffering and death. No, anyway, I had a funny weekend. And I was thinking, I was watching all the shit on the internet and all over the place, and everybody hates each other. And I'm thinking, wow, would they like to kill each other? Maybe, probably. I see people saying, oh, they wish so and so would die, or they wish, and I think, wow, I don't want nobody to die. I want everybody to get along,
Yeah. I still think there's more good people in the world than people who are assholes at the end of the day. Right?
Maybe so.
Yeah. I think the average person is pretty decent. I've met a lot of decent people in my life.
I think you're right about that. But the killing doesn't stop. And everybody always has reasons for thinking that killing is righteous or justified. Everybody justifies this death and destruction. Everybody has their own version of why it's all right for them to kill, and why when you kill, it's not all right. When I kill, it's okay. But kill is so weird. Yeah.
Right. What do you think the punishment for first-degree murder should be?
I think if you take a life, you should be put to death.
Yeah.
I think in a future world, and I was thinking about that too. I was thinking, how would a future world operate? Let's say we get robots, and there's robots all over the planet that keep order. Instead of police, there's robots, and they keep order. It'll probably get to that point.
That sounds apocalyptic.
No, but it'll probably get to that point.
Sounds dystopian.
Well, we're headed in that direction.
Yeah.
I think it will get to that point that robots do all the dirty work.
Right.
Like the first police were in Greece, and they had to get slaves to do it because no citizen would be a cop, and so they made slaves be cops.
Okay.
Okay. Now that was the first police were slaves, and so now we got cops. And anyway, yeah. I don't know. I just don't know. It's very perplexing because nobody seems to talk about that. I hear people talking about all this. They hate this. They hate that. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. This is horrible. That's horrible. Nobody talks about just death. Why are we killing each other? Why is death okay? Why is death the solution? So anyway, what I think is in a dystopian future when the robots are keeping control of humanity,
Right.
They'll just take out anybody that kills. Like if you kill, you get eliminated.
Right.
So, and if it was efficient enough, if there was enough robots throughout the world, they could just kill anybody that was violent. They would just single out violent people and take them out. And so you would eliminate the violent people from the world.
Right.
The robots would do that. And that would be the punishment. If you're violent and you want to kill and do stuff like that, you get taken out. And I don't know. And I know that's just more killing by robots, but
well, in China, that they have the death penalty for first-degree murder.
Yeah, they should have it everywhere.
Yeah,
any kind of murder, there should be death penalty. Accidental murder. It's just like if you murder somebody, it doesn't matter what the reason or anything. You're just out. You get
what if
taken
you
out.
get in a car accident and you accidentally kill someone?
Yeah, take you out.
Really, I don't know if I agree with that, but
yeah I don't either. But I know we got to do something because
I was thinking more malicious murder with intent to kill someone, not accidental manslaughter.
So there's bad murder and good murder then in your book.
Well, I mean, according to the law, you've got manslaughter, first, second, third degree, premeditated murder.
Yeah. How's that for a subject today, everybody? Anyway, I don't mean to be so dark and weird, but
yeah, this might be our darkest episode yet.
Our darkest episode.
Jesus.
Well, what do you think, everybody? What do you think? You think you think humanity has a way to stop killing? Do we have a way to do that, or is that just part of it? It seems like everybody's accepted that as a human condition. Like that's why they make weapons, and everybody does their whole war thing because they've accepted that as a necessity. But if that wasn't a necessity, if it wasn't even a possibility, killing each other, I don't know. I think the planet would be a better place. I don't know. But maybe the reason nobody works on that is because it's impossible and there's no solution. Maybe people are just violent fucks, and You know what I mean? Humanity is violent, and it's just like...
It has to evolve past its reptilian
yeah, and it doesn't matter whether it's
right.
Stalin or Mao or Hitler or Cambodia. You can go all over the world and you find these people, you find situations where people have killed millions of people. Millions of people. I don't know. Yeah, anyway. That's my segment today, everybody. I was just really... This weekend, I was really freaking out over humanity, the dark side of humanity. And I was thinking, wow, is there any solution, you know?
I think psychedelic intervention and alien intervention are two possible solutions.
Well, you might be right on both counts.
Cool, yeah.
Like, if the aliens came and stopped us from killing, that would be good. Even if they had to take out millions of people in the process.
Right.
Because millions of people are getting killed every year. Right. And you could say, well, then that's just more killing. I don't know. There's just no solution. But we talk about all this shit we want to change, but nobody talks about wanting to stop the killing. Anyway, I'm anti-war. I guess that's my old hippie self.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Anti-war. I'm anti-war. But it seems like people kill even when there isn't wars, you know? Like, look at Chicago every weekend or Baltimore. And they fucking have hundreds of shootings and people are getting killed. And what is that all about, you know?
It might be economically influenced. Maybe if we can
do
better stuff for neighborhoods and where people live, that they can be less upset.
Yeah, of course. But then that's like the wars are all about greed too, maybe. Maybe greed is as a factor in the dark side, you know? Like let's say in the stock market, only two things that motivate the stock market are fear and greed.
Yeah.
Maybe that's all that motivates humanity is fear and greed. No, really, think about it. Like, why do we kill so much? Anyway, I don't know.
I wouldn't lump the entirety of humanity as, you know, we kill, we do this. I think there's just some shitty apples in the bag, but a vast majority of people.
But when the shitty apples are killing millions of people.
Yeah. So there's shitty parts of humanity.
It's just shitty?
Yeah.
It's not the dark side of humanity?
I just wouldn't say the entirety of humanity is bad or shitty.
Not every person isn't bad.
Right.
But humanity in general has a dark side, I think.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, and it manifests itself over and over. Doesn't matter what country it is, doesn't matter what culture it is, doesn't matter whether it's communist, U.S. Look at all the people the U.S. has killed. We go all over the place killing people in the name of some freedom or some shit, you know. Or
right.
But really, it's more about just we kill people to get their resources.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Anyway, the whole world just killing anybody they don't agree with. We don't agree with you, we'll have to kill you to straighten it out. I don't know. Anyway, that's what I did this weekend. I was thinking about humanity, and I was thinking about how everybody's so angry at each other, and where does that lead, you know?
I don't know, man.
Dylan doesn't know.
I don't know what to say.
I was hoping to get answers to my questions. Okay.
Well, these aren't questions, are they? I mean,
in a way they are, because I just don't understand.
But, well, I said psychedelics and extraterrestrial revelation could change everything on this earth. So that's my response to those. If you're asking how do we fix it, you know.
Charles Manson took acid.
Right.
Didn't help him.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe maybe just a little bit of weed.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Anyway, hello, everybody. How you doing out there? If you have any deep thoughts on this, you can put them in the comments and we'll read them. I don't mean to depress you all. In fact, we should stop talking about that. But that's where I went this weekend. And then I watched the Manhattan alien abduction, and I was thinking, and all these people were really mad because they think that woman is lying, but yet 23 people saw it happen.
Wow.
23 diverse individuals.
Yeah. I got to check that out.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
And these two guys that were guards for the head of the UN, the head, what do you call the guy? The head of the UN, they have a name for the Secretary General of the UN. The two of his guards contacted this person over and over that had the out-of-body experience and everything.
Okay.
Because he saw it, and they didn't want, anyway.
Wow.
A lot of intrigue there.
That's pretty rad.
Yeah. It's such a good documentary. And I was going to call you up, and I was watching it late at night, and I was going to, I'll call Dylan. And,
Nice.
and then I go, no, it's too late. I won't call him. And then I got up this morning, and I was watching it. I think, I'll call Dylan and tell him. And it's too early. He'll be sleeping.
Right.
So I figured when you got here, I'd tell you about the movie. You
Gotcha.
know?
No, that's great. I look
But
forward to that.
I think it's a worthwhile movie to see.
Nice. Yeah, I got to check that out.
Yeah.
It's basically like the equivalent of a feature film, right?
Yeah.
Three-part,
Manhattan
30-minute.
Alien Abduction.
Cool. Yeah, let me look that up.
Yeah.
That sounds great. I never heard about that one. That was 89, you said, or 88?
It happened in '89. The show
89,
just came on
yeah.
this week. It's a new release.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And Netflix.
Manhattan Alien.
It's worthy too, man. It's worthy. When you see that, you go, "Fuck, that's far out."
Oh, wow, cool, yeah. I'm looking at it now. It's a cool poster. Someone getting sucked up into a UFO. That's pretty rad.
Yeah.
I wonder what the purpose of the
They
implants.
took her out of her apartment through the window,
Yeah.
out in the next to this big tall building. She was way up high. It took her out the window, and then up.
Wow.
And all 23 people on the ground saw. Because New York, people are up all night.
Right.
Anyway.
What do you think the reasoning for the implants are? Like, why do they have to put these things in there?
I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
So many people report that to diverse people, that not even from the same area. I mean, they report, well, it turns out that's a common thing for people that have been abducted, this nosebleed out of the right-hand side of their nose. Now, why would all these people that have the story of abduction also have the nosebleed? It's like, that's really pretty freaky, right?
Maybe they're all just a bunch of nose pickers.
And they all pick on the right
Yeah,
side.
they all pick
None
on
of
the
them are left-handed. Yeah, I don't think so, man. I think that's pretty crazy. Anyway, when
Yeah.
you see the show, you're really going to find it
Nice.
interesting. Everybody, go watch this show on Netflix and tell us what you think. Tell us if you think it's bullshit. Tell us if you think I'm just a gullible fuckhead. You know, because I watch it and I think, God, I believe that woman. Yeah, I believe her.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, everybody, we're going to get out of here. It was like the human suffering day today. I was talking about dark shit, but I just had one of those weekends, man. I was going all around. And every time I turn to the TV, everybody's hating and doing all this shit and killing it. Everybody just killing and hating, man. I don't get it. Anyway, I don't hate anybody. I don't want to kill anybody.
That's good.
You don't hate anybody. You don't want to kill anybody.
No.
Anyway, maybe there's enough. So you think there's more non-haters than haters?
Oh, yeah, for sure. No question.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think you're right.
I mean, I've met some nasty people, but for every shitty person I've met, there's about at least 10 to 15 cool people that I like hanging out with.
Most people are totally cool.
Yeah.
But then I see people like in mass being so angry about shit. And I think, well, wait a minute, somebody could get real angry even if they're cool.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you see people being really cool, and you know they're cool, but they're angry about shit, and they think that's a way. And I know they're not all bad people.
Right.
Like everybody that's angry about shit isn't a bad person.
Yeah.
You know, but it's such a fine line we walk. I don't know. What were you going to say?
I was just saying, I think a lot of those people who write angry comments and stuff, they don't necessarily represent like the real life every man out on the street. You know, those people are indoors and they've got a lot of anger and hate, and they're
well, no,
more
but don't you
liable,
think?
so.
Don't you think that it's very public? There's a lot of people that are disagreeing with each other.
I see a lot on the internet for sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's people on the left and people on the right, and they're disagreeing with each other.
Yeah. But you don't. I don't
but
walk.
I don't think they're all bad.
Right.
Naturally, they couldn't be.
Right.
But yet they can they can get at each other like that for almost no reason.
Uh,
Like we have so much more in common than anger.
yeah.
Or do we? That's my question today. Do we? Is really the thing that we all have in common our anger? Is that what we have all in common? You know, I don't know. I don't know. Like when 1 million people are killed, that's just, what is that? What is that? When 1 million people get killed, it's just another day on Earth. Basically, that's
Right.
just another day on Earth. Where does that come from? Where do we do that? Why can't we stop killing each other? Why can't we solve our problems without killing? I don't know. Don't let me go down that rabbit hole. Anyway, yeah. I guess we'll get out of here, everybody. I'm sorry I'm so negative today, but I'm not hating anybody. I'm not hating anybody. I'm just perplexed. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah. I think about this shit and I don't get it, you know? I don't get why. Back in the 60s, when we were all taking acid, and it was a dawning of the age of Aquarius, and it
Right,
was this
right.
is the dawning of the age of Aquarius.
Yeah.
Everybody was convinced that if a certain percentage of the population took acid or became enlightened, that the whole planet would become enlightened.
Right.
And so I thought, by this time, you know,
Yeah, you would think that by this time.
by this time that
yeah.
enlightenment would have soaked in and we would have all figured it out and stopped killing each other. But we're killing each other more than ever.
Yeah.
We're just killing each other willy-nilly left and right more than ever. So I don't know. I don't know. You know, it seemed so simple when I was younger. You know, more black and white, but it seems more gray now. Like I don't understand the dark side of humanity. And you could talk about Satan or evil or whatever, but
Right.
you know,
You have the devil character in The Removal.
yeah, yeah. Wow. Okay, everybody. This is not this episode you were tuning in for, I know, but this is where we went today. It's election day, so we can talk about that. We can talk about love on election day. So I love you all. Dylan, it was a good time.
Good time, Lee.
It was. Tomorrow will be more positive. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Poof.